Have you ever found yourself caught in a whirlwind of thoughts, both pleasant and unpleasant? You know, those moments when your mind races with 1,000 ideas, memories, and worries all at once? It's like being on a roller coaster, isn't it? Some thoughts take you soaring high, bringing joy and nostalgia, while others plunge you into the depths of anxiety or regret. Today, I want to talk about how we can navigate this complex landscape of our minds, drawing inspiration from yogic literature. First off, let's acknowledge that thoughts are an inevitable part of our human experience. They come and go like waves crashing on the shore. Some days we ride the waves with grace, and other days we feel like we're drowning. So, how do we find balance? How do we cultivate a sense of peace amidst the chaos? Yogic literature offers profound insights that can help us navigate this journey. One of the core teachings of yoga is the concept of mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages us to become aware of our thoughts without getting attached to them. Imagine standing on the beach, watching the waves roll in and out. You can observe them without getting swept away. This is what mindfulness invites us to do with our thoughts. When a pleasant thought arises, like a cherished memory or a dream for the future, we can savor it. We can let it fill us with warmth and gratitude. But when an unpleasant thought surfaces, perhaps a worry or a regret, instead of pushing it away or getting lost in it, we can acknowledge its presence. We can say, there you are, and allow it to exist without letting it define our reality. In yogic philosophy, there's a term called sankalpa, which refers to a positive intention or resolve. It's about setting a clear intention for our thoughts and actions. When we cultivate a sankalpa, we create a guiding light for our minds. So when those unpleasant thoughts arise, we can gently remind ourselves of our intention. For instance, if your intention is to cultivate peace, you can say to yourself, I choose to focus on what brings me joy and serenity. This doesn't mean we ignore the unpleasant thoughts. Rather, we acknowledge them while consciously redirecting our focus to what aligns with our intention. Another important aspect of yogic teachings is the practice of detachment or vairagya. This doesn't mean we become indifferent or apathetic. Instead, it's about recognizing that our thoughts are not who we are. We are not defined by our thoughts, whether they are pleasant or unpleasant. This realization can be incredibly liberating. When we understand that thoughts are temporary, fleeting experiences, we can learn to watch them without judgment. It's like being a spectator at a movie. You can enjoy the good scenes and cringe at the bad ones, but you know that the film will eventually come to an end. Now let's talk about the practice of meditation. Meditation is a powerful tool that yogic literature emphasizes for managing our thoughts. It allows us to create a space of stillness within, where we can observe our thoughts without getting entangled in them. When we meditate, we learn to focus on our breath, anchoring ourselves in the present moment. As thoughts arise, we acknowledge them and gently bring our attention back to our breath. This practice not only helps us cultivate mindfulness, but also strengthens our ability to respond to our thoughts with clarity instead of reactivity. You might be wondering how to get started with meditation if you've never tried it before. It doesn't have to be complicated. Start with just a few minutes each day. Find a comfortable spot, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Notice the sensations in your body and allow yourself to settle into the present moment. When thoughts arise, simply observe them like clouds passing in the sky. You don't have to chase them or push them away, just let them drift by. With time and practice, you'll find that your mind becomes calmer and you'll be better equipped to handle both pleasant and unpleasant thoughts. Another valuable lesson from yogic literature is the importance of self-compassion. We are often our own harshest critics, especially when it comes to our thoughts. If we find ourselves dwelling on unpleasant thoughts, we might feel guilty or frustrated. But here's the thing, it's okay to have those thoughts. It's part of being human. Instead of berating ourselves, we can practice self-compassion. We can say, it's all right to feel this way. I'm allowed to have these thoughts, but they don't define me. This gentle approach can create a nurturing space within ourselves, allowing us to process our feelings without judgment. Let's not forget the power of community and connection. In yogic tradition, the concept of Sangha refers to the community of practitioners. Sharing our experiences with others can be incredibly healing. When we talk about our thoughts, both pleasant and unpleasant, with trusted friends or fellow practitioners, we create a sense of belonging. We realize that we're not alone in our struggles. This connection can provide support and perspective, helping us navigate the ups and downs of our minds. As we wrap up, I want to remind you that dealing with thoughts, whether pleasant or unpleasant, is a journey. It's not about achieving perfection or eliminating negative thoughts altogether. It's about cultivating awareness, setting intentions, practicing detachment, and approaching ourselves with compassion. So, the next time you find yourself caught in a storm of thoughts, remember the teachings of yoga. Observe, breathe, and embrace the ebb and flow of your mind. You have the tools within you to navigate this beautiful, messy, and wonderfully human experience.